what's going on, guys? So I figured I'd make a video about my car. It's been sitting for a couple years now, probably about a year and a half, just about, maybe 2 years. I ended up losing my license about a little over a year ago, and I haven't driven it since. And plus it also hasn't been driven because it's not exactly completely legal for the road. But it's a 2000 Honda Civic HX, or was an HX, which means it had the D16 Y5 in it, the economy VTEC, and I had ended up blowing up that motor back in 2019. I blew it up racing my buddy on the street, and it was interesting. Sent the rod right to the block. But anyways, I ended up buying a parts car. So pretty much, this is a 2000, and anybody who knows these things, it kind of like splits off with OBDs. From 96 to 98 is OBD21, or OBD2A, sorry, and then 99 to 2000 is OBD2B. Well, I figured this car being a 2000, it was OBD2B, so I bought a 1999 Honda Civic EX, which this motor came out of. It's the D16Y8, and I put everything in. I put the motor, ran the harness, and then I ended up finding out that when I went to go plug in the computer, the ECU, or whatever you want to call it, on the back side, you can see I'm actually missing a plug. Now, I was a little bit confused, and I had actually questioned my buddy about it because he's built a few of these things. And long story short is I ended up finding out about maybe a year later that the EK HX versions of this car, they never split between OBD2A and OBD2B. All of the HX models stayed OBD2. All of the HX models stayed. It's bike season. But all of the HX models ended up staying OBD2A. So pretty much the dash harness, like nothing on the dash in this car works anymore due to that. Because the car that computer and the engine came out of, the dash harness had its own single plug that came out from the bottom of the dash, compared to my old engine harness. The plug was actually wired in with the engine harness and all of that, and it worked through that way. So pretty much I had the 3 plugs on the old engine harness, and then this one only has 2 plugs. So I gotta actually locate a OBD2A, like a 96 to 98 engine harness. And then I believe that there's a few things that are changed up on the intake as well, compared to OBD2B. But anyways, so ended up originally buying this car back in 2017, I believe, and had it ever since. I've been going back and forth if I want to actually like sell it, scrap it, or strip it and just be done with it. But I kind of came to the conclusion, like, I've had it for so long. The car and I have kind of been like through hell and back with each other, I guess you can say that. So it's kind of like grew the attachment to the car itself. So pretty much I figured I'd just make a video to from the beginning, from the start of, or from where I left off with the car, as far as what else like it needs for work. Because I want to actually, I've never actually been able to build a car like from, I wouldn't say like ground up, but I've never actually been able to like fully put a car together myself. Like, being a dad and all that, putting a car together, like, for a hobby is just kind of, like, on the back burner. But this year, I think we're actually gonna go full send with it and try to make the best of it. But anyways, so what the car needs is, you know, I was probably just gonna leave the D series in this thing for now. I'll probably just like get a re-gasket kit and go through the whole motor and redo like the head gasket, valve cover gasket, the tube seals, intake gasket, exhaust gasket, oil pan gasket, timing belt, water pump, tensioner, pretty much refresh it. And only reason why I say that is just because in the meantime I actually got to do the rest of the body work. I've been actually looking for a whole new front end for it, because you know the fenders are a little bit dented and all that. The hood definitely took a beating. Somebody, when my girlfriend was driving it to work, somebody actually backed into her in a I think she said it was like a Ranger or something, backed right into her, and that part of the hood right here was like curled inward. So I took a pair of vice grips and like took it back out, but then there was like little indents, so I just took body filler and just filled it in temporarily. But pretty much I do honestly want to get new fenders for it, new hood. This came off my second parts car, the doors and the trunk. I decided to end up actually getting new doors only because, oh, well, you can actually see it's starting to rot down here too, but my old door all underneath used to be all rotted, and you could just take it and just like pretty much pull it off. But there's like, you know, scratches, dents, all of that. It does have the rear quarter specialty for older Civics. A lot of people keep thinking that, you know, it's like a real SI wing, like it belongs on that trunk, and truthfully it don't. It was just something that was on the parts car, and I was like, oh, you know what, screw it. I got to swap the trunk because my old one used to have like a fat dent right in the center of it. The rear bumper, that was filled with body filler because when I blew the old motor, my friend wasn't available for a tow, and my girlfriend was actually behind me in my old car, and I just had her push me all the way back to my work, and pretty much it was probably like a mile that she pushed me down the road, and it just left a fat ass dent in the rear quarter, in the rear bumper. Reason why I said rear quarter is because I put my eyeballs on this. I was originally gonna, this used to be all rotted out, and I was just actually just gonna have it cut out and all that, and then just slap Bondo in it. But I decided now that, you know, I actually want to get the rear quarter replacement and all that. I believe it like starts right here and it comes down, and pretty much I'll fix it the right way basically. The other thing is the side skirt. That actually fell off one day because the clips broke. That fell off actually a couple years ago. I just never, you know, paid too much attention to it. And if anybody else knows these things, this door that also came off my parts car, I actually got to rewire the inside of the door because there's no power to it at all. And the window is likes to fall down on its own. Let's see. The other thing, oh, I gotta fix my if you can see it, is where is it? Got a little bit of camber issues, so I gotta get that. I gotta straighten that out as well. So another big issue with it actually if I haven't already mentioned it. This motor mount right here, as you can see, it said it was going to break up with the rest of the car like a temperamental girlfriend. And that bolt down there also ended up rattling loose over time. It does have solid motor mounts in it. I don't know if it's due to that or whatnot, but you know, when I put the motor in, I put everything back the way it was supposed to be. And the I was talking about the fenders, it's like fat dent in it. So I'm not gonna actually take up the carpet just because I don't want to like move the trim or whatever. But basically the front floor, from like the front floor, I believe from like right across here and then all the way back to like right here, it was pretty much all rotted out. So I did like a temp fix. I ended up getting 5/8 thick sheet metal and I just slapped it in there, and I ended up taking horsehair Bondo, going around the edges, and then I took Flex Seal and sprayed it. It was just supposed to be a temp fix, but once again I just put it off and I was just trying to move on to like other things. And the other thing as well, and there's Austin, my brother. Drunk.
Huh? A second. You get it running?
There's a nice hole.
Oh, well, that is a big old hole.
Alright.
Did you shove a tire in there
And a license plate.
to cover the hole?
But if you didn't know, I was actually recording a video to upload to YouTube. Mr. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mr. Litra of Kohler. Wait, what are we uploading a video for here?
The nice walk around of the before of the Civic.
The before?
The before of the Civic. And the infamous hasn't been inspected since 2018.
Hey! Close the window, please. It's cold.
So basically, that was a quick walk around of the car and the problems that I do have to actually fix with it. I figured I'd just make the video just so we could like see the process of the build. I will actually be uploading a video. I just gotta figure out what I want to start with on it first. What I'm actually really honestly thinking of is doing the body work and try to save it before it's too late.
So, your homeboy over here got a monster, a bag with some necessities, and a Beamer that's broken. Oh, look at the puppy.
Yes, sir. So, I'll see you in the next video.